What's going on, guys? DJ Av here, and what we're gonna do today is do the stoner snare. What I mean by that is from the song Young Thug I'm a Stoner, so that would hence the dramatically generic track in the background, which I'm not calling that track generic, so calm down, guys. I'm just doing this so that the content ID doesn't flag me or whatever, anyways. So the Arturia DrumBrute is here because it is a drum synthesizer. You also see my Soundcraft Signature 10 right down here because it's going to play a huge role. I have some of the melody built into Ableton Live, so so everybody can see that. I'm going to show you that here. I also used sample kicks because I wanted to lessen the amount of noise here, because we're going to be using a Cruncher guitar pedal, because that's gonna attenuate that vibe of that snare. So that is very important. So we're gonna go ahead and start now. So I'm gonna unmute everything and let's go. All right, now I'm gonna go into the Soundcraft Signature 10 here, and I'm gonna unmute the clap because we need to have the clap. I'm gonna dial in some reverb, because a pitch of reverb will help with like telling or adding a tail to that snare, and give it more of a snap, since a clap is built up of a lot of white noise. Now let's introduce that snare. Alright, so as you can hear, the snare is pretty generic. So for what I'm going to do is dial in some low mid and then sweep the frequency so that most of the weight will be in the low mid area. Now that we hear that, we can dial it back some, because you can actually hear some of the pink noise from the drum machine itself. Now the key element itself that will make this snare, that stoner snare, that weird crunchy snare, will be the Cruncher pedal itself. So the Cruncher pedal is really the MVP here. So you're gonna hear a lot of white noise because this is distortion. And as you can see, you can hear that snare now. You also can hear the pink noise, but there's still something missing from that, and you'll notice it right here. I'm gonna dial it the snap level. Now I'm going to mute the music so you can hear the snare itself. Now you can hear the amount of pink noise that's coming on through there, and that's pretty much because that's what distortion does. It boosts the frequencies, or actually changes it. So distortion is really the changing of a waveform, but you have things like asymmetrical distortion, which does make the sound louder, and also kind of raises all the extra noise in the analog world. In the digital world, you won't have that much. Of course, if I was to just record this snare and then just cut off, its signal itself, which I did do in the Neo Tokyo drum kit, and you would hear less of that noise, of course. So right now, I'm just gonna lower some of the higher frequencies because it is too much right now, and I might just go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead to the Soundcraft Signature 10 here, because I want to lower that bass. But what was really doing it to the signal here is the curve that I built. So if I was to dial back, that part, you can actually see that it's not as bad as the noise was before. but it also takes away from that snare. That's basically about it. That is the stoner snare in a nutshell. If you was doing it from the Arturia DrumBrute, you would basically just add a nice guitar pedal with some crunch into it. Probably something that would reduce the noise, I guess, on the way in. And I don't have that. But anyways, if you like this video, just leave a comment and whatnot and tell me what snare you want to do next. I heard people want me to do house. I know I've been covering feature bass, so I will get back to you guys. So I'm going to hit y'all with this stamp. Appreciate y'all for y'all time. I'm DJ Av. I'm out.
Trap Tendo.